Hi everyone, Chris back again, Suffolk Record Collector, back with another video of some finds. Some of these were found a while ago. I just haven't had a chance to, haven't shown them. And some, one or two are quite recent, but that brings me right up to date with all my vinyl finds now. So, I've done a couple of videos recently, but I hadn't done a video for a while, so they built up a little bit. So some great stuff to go through. So let's take a look, shall we? Okay, number one, start off. Someone that I hadn't heard any of his stuff. A year or so ago, here on YouTube, I was watching a video and he came up. Person was saying how good he was and whatever. I'd obviously heard of him, but I hadn't bothered listening to any of his music. So, and then videos kept coming up, you know, saying how good he was, blah blah. So I thought, well, I'm definitely going to take the plunge if I see one. But I didn't see any, but I did eventually come across this, which was really cheap. Talking about Scott Walker, this is Scott 1. It's his first solo album, and that's an original released in '67. It's released in Philips, on Philips, and this is nearly mint. Nearly mint. Beautiful copy. You might not be able to see it from there, but here, just there, that's telling you that's a mono. So this is a mono copy. Not heard a stereo, so I don't know how they sound, although I did see a video a little while ago. Suffolk Audiophile, I think his name is. He did a shootout video against a reissue and an original stereo. And I think his conclusion was the original was the better sounding, but only just slightly. I can't comment on that because I've not heard a stereo, but I can say that this mono pressing sounds amazing. It really is. It sounds good. So that's that all. And by the way, I think this album's quite cheap because I only paid, I'll tell you on air, look, I paid 18 quid for this about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. And it's a really clean copy, plays without any clicks or pops. Amazing. So I was really happy to find that, and the music, I like him. His voice, he's got a very distinct voice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking out for more, but I think they gradually get more expensive as they go along. But we'll see as we go along. Right, next is a upgrade copy for me. One of my earlier videos, I found a copy of this record I've been looking for ages. But it was an original first press in the UK, but it's a bit noisy. So I've been looking for an upgrade copy, and wow, have I found an upgrade copy. This is Bobby Gentry's Ode to Bobby Joe, original UK pressing from, you know, what's say 67? Yeah, 67. Beautiful. The cover is very good. Spine intact. A little bit grubby on the back, which I can clean up. So very presentable. But the record itself, well, I'm looking under strong light and I can't really see any marks at all. That's as close to near mint as I think you're going to find. That's very much like the other one I've just shown, Scott Walker. It amazes me how we can find these records in this condition, and this wasn't expensive at all. This was no more than any modern reissue album average is going to cost you. And if you know the album, then you'll know this is fantastic. If you've not heard this album, you can stream it and stuff. Definitely listen to it because it is a fantastic album. That's Ode to Billy Joe by Bobby Gentry. Alright, next an album, I'd never heard this album before, but I have other albums by this artist, and I know enough to, if I see any of his albums, I'm going to buy them whether I've heard them or not. And that's Bert Jansch, and I actually hadn't heard this one. That's LA Turnaround from 75, I believe. I'll have a look at that, but I'm pretty sure 75. Doesn't say on there. It will on here, but it's released on Charisma. 74, sorry. Nice condition, a good strong VG plus all day long. The vinyl. So really pleased to get this. I think some of this was recorded in America, and it's got a slightly different sound to it than his normal folky stuff, although it is folk, but you've got like pedal steel guitar, you know, on some tracks and that. But anyway, the tracks are side 1, Fresh as a Sweet Sunday Morning, Chamber Tin, One for Joe, Travelling Man, Open Up the Watergate, Let the Sunshine In, and Stone Monkey. Side 2 of Love and Lullaby, Needle of Death, which is on his first album, I believe. Lady Nothing, There Comes a Time, Cluck Old Hen, and The Blacksmith. And he's not just on his own here, there are other people on here with him. On some tracks you have Klaus Vormann, and a guy called Red Rhodes on pedal steel guitar. Klaus Vormann's on bass. Mike Nesmith is on here as well on Stone Monkey, and I think this is produced by Mike Nesmith, if I remember rightly. Produced by Danny Thompson. A couple of tracks by Danny Thompson. But anyway, a very, very good album, LA Turnaround. Very, very pleased to have this. I found a few recently of Bert's albums, and yeah, keep looking. Right, next is an album that I didn't know existed on vinyl until I found one. I found this about a month or so ago now. This is an album that was originally released in 1996 on CD, but at the same time they also released a very limited vinyl edition, and released it at the same time. And I didn't know that. I mean, I've got the CD that I bought back in the day, back in the 90s, 96, and yeah, so I'm so pleased to find this. Didn't even know it existed. So what is it? Okay, Kula Shaker K. Now, this is quite a rare thing, and this is in fantastic, absolutely fantastic condition. I don't think it had ever been played. You can look under strong light, there's not a mark on this. So this is the original from 96. That has been reissued on vinyl by Vinyl Me Please. I don't know what that sounds like, but this sounds very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, and this is at a time when they were not releasing, see that, much vinyl at all. Fantastic album. If you don't know it, I mean, most people know this record, but if you don't know it, I mean, the tracks on here, Hey Dude, Night on the Town, Temple of Everlasting Light, Govinda, Smart Dogs, Magic Theatre, Into the Deep. Side B is Sleeping Jiva, Tatva, Grateful When You're Gone, Grateful When You're Dead, Jerry Was Here, 303, Start All Over, and Hollow Man Parts 1 and 2. This is a fantastic album, and like I say, I was just so pleased to have this on vinyl. For me, it doesn't get much better. Kula Shaker, and I think that's quite a rare thing. Right, next, who have we got? This is an album I bought very recently. I've only spun it twice I think, since I bought it. I've never heard it before, but as soon as I saw it, I knew what it was, and I thought, right, I don't really need to hear this before I buy it or anything. I'm just going to, because this was so cheap, which was another thing. I can't believe I got this. This cost me 15 quid. I can't believe I got this for 15 quid off a market stall. It's really good. Anyway, it's Tangerine Dream, Alpha Centauri from 71. Although this is not an original 71 release. Although this is a German release. This is the repress from 1972. Because originally, the original first press of this does not have the band's name on the cover. This is early German electronic. Obviously we all know who Tangerine Dream are. So I was really pleased to find this for 15 quid. I mean, Jesus. It's an original, well it's not original, but it's on the Or label. Yeah. Not bad condition at all. Sounds really nice. It's a good album. Is it a brilliant album of theirs? No, I don't think so. But it's still a good early album. I think I need to listen to it a bit more because I've only ever heard it twice now. So, but I was pleased to get that. I mean, that's got to be worth more than 15 quid. Come on. But we all look for bargains, don't we? That's what we try and do. We try and get bargains, and we do get them. We do get them. All right, next. Again, another one. Really pleased to have. Again, this is in such fantastic condition. And Proud Words on a Dusty Shelf by Ken Hensley. And there's quite a few different issues of this. But I want to talk a little bit about the pressing. This is not first press. Ken Hensley was a member of Uriah Heep. And I think this is a collection of songs that he'd written that have not been included on Heep albums, and he did this as his own thing. I think that Uriah Heep are backing him on this, or some members of Uriah Heep are backing him on this, because this does sound very, very much like a Heep album. This is not an original. The originals are on bronze, but they've got island catalogue numbers. This has a catalogue number of BRNA223. Okay, so it's a reissue on bronze. Discogs doesn't give an actual date for it, but I would imagine it to be late 70s, because it's originally released in 73, 74. So late 70s, I would say. But what I want to talk about is this has on the runouts on here. You've got HTM thingy on it, but stamped. It's stamped BRNA223 B2U. That's for the B side. It'll be A2U, I imagine, on the A side. Yeah. But what you have crossed out is the original first pressing ILPS number. So that's telling me that this was pressed off the original plates, off the original island plates. Now, I've also got another album that exactly the same thing is going on, and that's a Uriah Heep album, and that's Demons and Wizards. Exactly the same thing that is going on. But what I want to talk about is this sounds phenomenally good, and so does my Uriah Heep Demons and Wizards. I think that's a cheap. These are to look for because they're taken off the original plates when they just broke away. Whatever Ireland had to do with these, I don't know, because they originally pressed the label for this one as a bronze label for the first pressing. So something's going on. But yeah, this wasn't expensive at all, and it is in lovely, lovely condition, and it's such a great album. If you're a Heat fan, you'll know this album with this album. Track-wise on here, side 1 you have When Evening Comes, From Time to Time, King Without Throne, Rain, Prayed Words. Side 2, Fortune, Black Hearted Lady, Go Down, Cold Autumn Sunday, and The Last Time. This is a great album. Great album. Again, not an expensive one, but it can be a bit pricey, I think, according to Discogs and whatever pressing that you get. You know, there are many different pressings of it. I think there is a few. Right, next, again, searching through crates, come across this. Thought, well, yeah, the name ring a bell, and I look through the back and I think, oh yeah, I've got that track on Natural Born Killers original soundtrack for Natural Born Killers. So I thought, well, yeah, I like that. I'll give it a go. It weren't expensive. Cowboy Junkies. I don't know what it's called now. The Trinity Session. This is a UK original first press from 88, I think. 88, 89, something like that. 1988. Lovely condition. And the track that I'd heard is Sweet Jane. So I have that on a CD, you know, for Natural Born Killers soundtrack. And I bought it because of that, and I'm so pleased I did. This is a great album. This is a great album. It's recorded live in a church in Canada, using only, that says here, a latent recording, that says on here anyway, Cowboy Junkies, captured live at the Church of the Holy Trinity in Toronto, Canada, on November 27, 1987. A digital RDAT recording using only a Calrec ambisonic microphone. This is a pretty good album, and I like it very, very much, to the point where I'm going to be looking out for other albums by this band, but I know very little about them. But that's the fun of it, and you know, finding out about these bands that you've not heard of before, or only just heard of, but not actually heard. Yeah, so really pleased to get that. Cowboy Junkies, great album, great album. And lastly, for the Hawkwind collection, a couple of Hawkwind reissues that I've found. These are good, high quality reissues. I shoe a few videos ago now, a 45 RPM reissue of Chronicles of the Black Sword, which is amazing. These are from the same company. They reissued a lot of Hawkwind's albums at this time. Sadly not 45 RPM, these ones, but they're very, very, very good reissues. So the first one is Choose Your Masks. Great album. Originally on a subsidiary of RCA, I believe. You get the album on the first. This is a double album, so the first album is the album, and then side C and D are alternate takes and other tracks that have that didn't make it onto the album from the same sort of era. Very, very good. And sonically, these I think are better than the originals. They do sound a little bit better, or most of them do. I'm not so sure about this one sounding better than the original. I'm not so sure about that one for this one, but it's still a good sounding album. It came on a clear vinyl, 180 gram clear vinyl. These are quite scarce now, hard to find. Like I say, they came originally. This came about 2015, I think. I want to say reissues about 2015. Let me have a look. Yeah, 2013. This was on Back on Black, Rock Classics. Fantastic album. And one more album, and that's it. Just one more. And that is, now this one sounds a lot better than the original, a lot better. Zones, Hawkwind Zones. This is a great album. This is a great album. This one definitely does sound better than the original. So it's been spread out on different vinyl onto double album. So the original album has been split over 3 sides here, and you just get one side of extras, which is just a couple of live tracks. But track wise on here, side 1, Zones, Dangerous Vision, Running Through the Back Brain. Side B, The Island and Motorway City. Side C, you have Utopia 84, Social Alliance and Sonic Attack. And side D, you have Dreamworker and Brainstorm, which are live. Oh, this is, I'll show you that inside there. This is a great album. I love the artwork to this one. It's a beautiful, beautiful package. Well worth picking this up. This is it's a bit of a favourite of mine now. Hawkwind albums. I can't stop playing this one. It's a really great album. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot everyone for tuning in. Hope there's some things there for everybody. Yeah, until next time, take it easy. Catch you all soon.